You've likely heard that saying, the best of both worlds. Well, how about the best of three worlds? Does this gold company offer us the best of three worlds? They're a developer. They already have 12.5 million ounces of gold. But they're also exploring some of the most prospective gold land in the world. And thirdly, their jurisdictional location is very, very favorable in Canada. Let's talk about First Mining Gold. They just put out a report highlighting what they accomplished in 2022. They put out their financials for 2022, but even more important, they gave us a glimpse of what to expect in the coming year. It's fascinating. Let's dig in right now. Is there hidden treasure on First Mining Gold's balance sheet? We're going to talk about that later, but first I want to read you a quote from their CEO, Dan Wilton. He said, "Our achievements in 2022 highlights a transformative year for First Mining Gold, as we acquired a second flagship asset and demonstrated hidden value in our asset portfolio." That's that treasure on the balance sheet we're going to talk about a little later. But first, in terms of transformation in this new acquisition, that was their Duparquet project located in Quebec, a very mining-friendly jurisdiction. It has more than 5 million ounces of gold and is an exciting development for the company. You might find it interesting that the Duparquet project in Quebec has already had 270,000 meters of historic drilling done on it. What do you think that would cost to have done today? Heck, we could call a drilling company and ask them, but I think we would be astounded. And with all that data that they have, that's how they're able to define this over 5 million ounces alone at that one project in Quebec. And that's the company's laser focus right now. The project in Quebec, Duparquet, but they also have the 5 million ounce Springpole project in Ontario, and they made great strides during 2022. You can read the press release for yourself towards moving it through the permitting stage. You even get a little bonus. We don't have time to cover this today, but they actually have 4 other projects, all in Canada, which they either own outright or a percentage of that they've partnered with other mining companies. While you're likely impressed by the fact that this company has 12.5 million ounces of gold already, right? They already have that. And they're developing these mines. They're going through the development process. It gets even more exciting when you think about the fact that they are now exploring some of the most prospective land in Canada for even more gold. I'm going to read for you a couple highlights from this press release. First, we're going to focus on what they did during 2022. First Mining embarked on its inaugural regional exploration program in the Birch-Uchi Greenstone Belt surrounding the Springpole gold deposit. And we expect to announce exciting results in the coming year. In October of 2022, they completed a 3,843 line-kilometer geophysical airborne survey over portions of the Birch-Uchi mineral tenure to further support district exploration targeting in 2023 and beyond. Also in 2022, they commenced exploration activities in Birch-Uchi, which included a summer field program consisting of soil geochemistry, mapping and prospecting campaigns, and a targeted exploration drilling campaign in the Swain property consisting of a 5-hole drill program totaling 1,560 meters. They explored in 2022. It gets even more interesting for us when the company gives us a glimpse of what they're doing in 2023. They say that in Q1, First Mining completed a winter drill program consisting of 2,779 meters of drilling on the 3 top regional exploration targets around Springpole. And assays are pending. That means we're going to get some news in 2023 regarding this exploration that's going on in a highly prospective area, the Bertucci Greenstone Belt around Springpole. They could be adding even more. Things could get exciting. Look, there's no guarantees, right? Gold mining, gold exploration, it's a risky business. But this company, we know they already have these huge deposits that have already been drilled, have already been defined. And what gets so exciting is they're doing work to expand upon these projects. And what gets even more exciting, guys, is that it's in Canada. And Canada is becoming a much more favorable jurisdiction in which to build a mine. And while you're probably excited about this exploration going on in the Bertucci Greenstone Belt around Springpole, we need to circle back to the Duparquet project in Quebec, because there's progress being made there as well when we hear this from the company. First Mining has also initiated a preliminary economic assessment on the Duparquet project and expects to have that completed in the second half of 2023. You want to go on a treasure hunt? Because there is hidden value on the First Mining gold balance sheet. You're probably not a numbers geek like me. Heck, I have a degree in accounting. I love these things. Balance sheets. And when you look at First Mining Gold, there's 2 key things I want to point out. Number 1, over the last year, Dan Wilton, the CEO of First Mining Gold, has done an incredible job of harvesting hidden value from the balance sheet. Sold off some royalties that the market really wasn't giving the company any credit for. He's done a number of transactions over the last year which have been not dilutive for the current shareholders. And that makes sense to us because Dan holds a significant number of shares in the company himself. He is aligned with shareholders. If you dig a little deeper into the balance sheet, what you discover is a company with $10 million in cash, 0 debt, maybe some small amounts of payables, but essentially 0 debt, 0 long-term debt, and a market cap of only $105 million US dollars. But they have $170 million US dollars in assets. That basically means the share price right now, when you buy a share of First Mining Gold, you're getting more assets for every dollar that you put into the company. Now, that's measuring those assets on book value, of course, but it appears to be an outstanding value proposition. But it gets even better when you take the current market cap of the company, $105 million, and just divide that alone by the 12.5 million ounces that the company has of gold, you come to $8.40 per ounce of gold. On many metrics, on any metric, First Mining Gold, to me, represents an outstanding value. And the whole sector has been punished over the last several years. First Mining's not alone. The entire junior mining sector, especially the developers, have gone through a very hard time of low sentiment. I know there's not a ton of people watching right now. If you are one of the lucky ones watching, hey, possibly a year from now, 2 years from now, many more people will have joined us when sentiment gets better. and there will be much higher prices for the junior mining stocks, for the gold development stocks. For me, there's a lot to feel good about when I look at First Mining Gold. Zero debt, good management. Heck, Keith Neumeyer founded the company and still serves as the chairman and continues to buy more and more shares in the company. But remember, mining stocks are risky. Do your own due diligence. I am sponsored by the company. I do hold a large number of shares personally that I've owned for years, long before they agreed to generously sponsor Ron's Basement. But I happen to believe there's a bright future for First Mining Gold. One thing for sure, we're going to find out, and I'll be here with you through it all. Until next time, you be well.